Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Dice Matrix. My name is ET, and today we're going to be looking at a micro game called Helm, a part of this designer Jason Glover little 10 series he puts out. You can purchase at The Game Crafter, and I've watched many playthroughs, and this describes itself. It's just like a miniature dungeon crawl, and it calls itself a Perilous Solo Micro Quest, and it's designed by Jason Glover, and it's also illustrated by Jason Glover, and it looks like it says Daniel F. Walthall. It's spelled W-A-L-T-H-A-L-L, however you do it. So it's either Walthall or Walthall. So if somebody knows, they can correct me in the comments. I'm not sure. It gives a description on the back here about how the reason why you're here is the Brotherhood of the Red Clan. Long, blah, blah, blah. They go into these, the Black Mountains, and basically they're down there so long, they cause this whole sickness, right? So you have to basically go down and get these 3 crystal shards, which are right here that the game comes with. And if you collect those, then it's going to be, that magic's going to undo the sickness of the land. Now, I'm not worried about reading this whole thing. You know what the whole thing is. You're going to go and beat up monsters and have fun. But I'm going to show you the bits of the game. So let me go ahead and open this up because I'm going to actually use this as my dice tray as well. So the game comes with a bunch of rules, double-sided cards, and these are just a little bit smaller than poker cards. They're called Mint 10 cards. Let's see. So I'm going to just put my dice here. It comes with these locations because in the game it'll have you do these locations. It comes with a stack of monsters. When you're directed to fight a specific monster, you just grab it. It's not like a random draw. I put the loot face down just so I don't mix it up. Well, maybe I'm already kind of mixing it up a little bit here. Okay, so some of these are loot. Hold on. And some of these are what they call trappings, which in the game, your character may start with one or more of these things. And I can actually move this over here. But there's loot in the game. It may tell you to get a certain item at a certain point or start with a certain loot, but I think that you basically just start with trappings. But anyway, these are the dungeon cards. I'll explain them last. It comes with these health tracker, favor's kind of like experience, but it's also like a morality thing. So the more of the baddies that you beat, you get to move up the favor track. It may grant certain rewards in the game. You have a health tracker for you. And right here is a dungeon card. Let me move it out of the way so you can see it a little bit better here. So right here, this tracks your space and dice. So it comes with this little meeple, and you just put it on level 1. And if you don't finish the game and you go all through level 5, you lose the game. You've ran out of time. But also, it gives you a little red cube up here. This will keep track of the monster's health. And I'll explain those rules as we do it, as we come up to it. This little tracker here keeps track of food. That's the kind of the food symbol. And this right here is a lightning bolt. It's hard to see probably there, but that keeps track of your energy. And this is, of course, your health. So the first thing you want to do is, however you do your setup, you want to choose what you want to play. So the first thing you're going to do is choose a class. You can be a crawling, a gnome, a human, or a merfolk. And then when you choose one of those, I have not played the crawling yet. So I've tried out 3 out of 4 so far, and it'll give you some stats, and I'll go over that in a second. But the interesting thing is, you flip over the cards that you did not choose because you can't see the back of that one, and then you'll choose your class. So, for instance, I can be a parson, which is kind of like a cleric, a pretty good class, actually. I played it once. Alchemist and marauder. I've actually played a couple of these classes with other characters. Let's try, to give you a good demonstration, I felt, boy, these are all real interesting. I feel like the alchemist is fun. I don't know how winnable it is. So you can just kind of put the other cards that you don't use away because you're not going to need them. So right now I am a crawling alchemist, and you're going to combine these symbols. So right here it says 8 health, 8 energy, and right on this card it says by being an alchemist you have 3 health, 4 energy. You combine those together, giving me 11 health and 12 energy. So over here you adjust your thing. So you need energy to attack monsters with additional damage. If you don't, then you're just basically punching them in the face with no weapon, but is guaranteed damage. And I said, what did I say? 11 health, right? Oh, 11 health, 12 energy. So I have 11 health. You cannot go, this is your maximum. If you gain, you cannot go beyond that. I start with no food. Food is very important because once you go through the dungeon, each dungeon level, which is going through the set of cards at the first time, you will have to eat a food to keep your stamina up. And if you don't, you lose 3 health, which is bad. So my ability as a crawling says once per dungeon level while in combat, the crawling. Interesting. There's 2 L's. Oh, is that? Oh, 1 L, 1 I. Oh, sorry. I'm half blind today. I got my bad glasses on, so I apologize. So maybe it's crawling and not crawling because it's only 1 L. Once per dungeon level, while in combat, the crawling may flip a single die to the reverse side when determining damage. That is a really good ability. And I'll do combat right when we have one. So that's his special ability. The Alchemist up here shows attack. So when I have an attack, if I move my energy down 1, I will get to add 2 to my combat damage. If I use 2 energy, I will get to add 4 to my damage. And if I use 3 energy, I'll be able to use 6 to my damage. But I can always punch 1 even through a shield, but I don't get to use a weapon or get the benefit of that weapon. And my trappings, it says at the bottom, is books and potions. So you go through your trapping cards. These are double-sided. So I'm looking for books and they're actually face up. So I have books and a potion. Let me tell you what they do. I'm bound to make a lot of mistakes, my friends, because I've only played this a few times. So just bear with me. You can leave in the comments how bad I messed up, and that's fine too. In books, it says gain 1 extra energy when you rest at a campsite. So we need to remember that. There's times we might come across that. In a potion, it says you may discard this from play to gain 2 health and 2 energy. And stuff like that's done automatically anytime. So I can always, if I want to, kind of discard my potion. You can also, if you have food, I don't start off with any as this character, but at any time you can eat a food and gain back 1 energy or 1 health. And you can do that anytime the rules say. So what happens is the whole engine of this game is going through this dungeon deck. So there's a clearing, a sanctum, a catacombs, a statue, old well, stash, kitchen, quarters, waterfall, chasm, and corridor. And on each card will be symbols. So during the game, just as an example, we'll just set this up. If I was going to go, like the deck will be here, and then you can go, do I want to resolve the catacombs? And the catacombs has a question mark, which is an encounter, but also has a little fire symbol, which means after I resolve the first thing, I will get to go to the campsite, which is always good because you can get some nourishment or some rest there. So let's say I decide to do that. So what I do is, so I'm like, yes, I'm going to go to the clearing. That means I will move this card over here saying I'm going to resolve the clearing. And now the next card is the sewer. So I would flip it over and it's going to have all these things. So the first thing I would be doing is I would resolve the encounter. The question mark says Pigman. So that means I'm going to go through this little deck over here and I will encounter the Pigman. And then after that, it says once that's resolved, and if it had been an encounter or something, then which is this thing called this symbol here, which means you're going to fight a monster. I would have to fight a watcher, but instead it's a campsite. So that would have been a pretty nice, restful start off. Although at the beginning, I don't really a whole lot need the campsite, except for I think it can give me a food. Now, let's rewind a second. Now, this is where the choice in the game is. So at the beginning, when this is on the top of the deck, so you look at the top card, and those 2 after are being resolved in order are moved to the side, you would get to, I can go, you know what? I don't want to go to the clearing. So if I don't want to go to the clearing, I'll move that down, and now I look, and then I would be at the sewers, like I push past it, and I would resolve these, which is a trap, the campsite, and this is the water symbol, which means you're in the sewers. So this is a chance to what they call kind of like grab a fish or catch a fish, and then you would roll a die. If it's a 5 or a 6, you would get a food, and it would move up. So over here, so it says the first thing we would resolve would be a trap. This trap, we would be lucky, would be 0 damage. Then we would visit the campsite, and there's no other symbols that match these in order, and then we'd go and we'd try to grab some food. So anyway, that's the basic juxt of the game, and I will and then you shuffle these up, and we're going to go ahead and play a little game here. So I probably should have said that at the beginning, fast forward to whatever. I may put that back into a skip to if you just want to see the game played. So like I said, I may make a bunch of mistakes, just bear with me. All right, so I'm crawling Alchemist. And it already came up with the clearing again. So I want to mix this up. So I guess I didn't mix it up good enough. But you know what? You're bound to have some repeats sometimes. So, all right. So let's see what I got here. All right. There's a corridor. I'd have to face a trap, but there's also a random something, and that random something could be anything. It could be a monster. It could just be anything. It could be a location. You know what? I'm not going to face this. So basically, so what happens is I will flip this over, and then I look at this card. So it has, the first thing is fight, and then I'll have an encounter. So I'm going to face a spider. And then after the spider, I get to go to the grove. Well, that's kind of nice. So I'll go through here. Spider happened to be on top. What lucky. So spelled with an I. Okay, so on here, it shows how much health it has. So your health is always 3 plus the dungeon level. I'm on dungeon level 1. And then so I move that to a 4. He'll have 4 health that I have to beat. When he does damage, you get to add 1 to it. He can block none of your damage. And he's worth 1 favor when you beat him, which is the favor track over here. So now I have to determine how I want to try to defeat this spider. Okay, so I've got a health of 11. I got plenty of energy with this combination, which is really good. So, and I'm about to show you how combat works, which is really neat. So I'm hoping for a good roll. I'm pretty cheap. I'm just going to spend 1 energy, and that means I'm going to add 2 damage if I hit. So this is how it works. I'm going to roll these 2 dice, and if they're doubles, I miss. So I wasted my energy, I've wasted everything, and then he gets to attack me. You always get to attack first unless the monster says so. There's monsters in here that can attack you first, but I get to attack first. And what happens is I'll roll a dice. So a 3 and a 6, which is very good. You take the difference between the two, whichever the smaller one from the larger one, and that is 3. So I'm going to be dealing 3 damage, and I don't have any particular weapon, so I'm just such an alchemist. I can do it, but I get into, since I use 2 energy, I get to add 2 to it. So that's going to be 5 damage. He's at 4 health, which will kill him. And so my reward is 1 favor. I'll gain 1 favor here. And so we'll put the monsters back over here. Did I miss anything else? I think that clears that up for that. So I beat him. I got a favor. He didn't take me 1 energy. That's great. And now I have to go to the grove. So we're going to go to the grove. And the grove, it says, you may search the grove for mushrooms. Each mushroom found equals 1 food. This is great. I really need to roll good. Roll a die to see how many you find. So if I roll, let's just roll it and I'll just tell you. So I don't want to roll a 1. Everything else at least is acceptable. 5, that's a good one. That's the best I can do. If I roll a 5 or a 6, I find 2 mushrooms, which equal 2 food. That was fantastic. Oh, I'm so happy about that result. Okay, then what we do is we temporarily, I'm going to just put these cards up here. You should, when you play the game, you should try not to see the next location that you're going, because the more that you play this game, the more you're going to know for information. So you will get better at this game. Although, but you try to block as much information as possible. Okay, so my next one is I'm going to be facing the statue. Ooh, this is tempting. Now there's a trap, but there's also a treasure chest. And who doesn't like treasure? It could be empty, but it could have items in it. I just got to take the chance. Okay, so I am going to face this. So my other choice, that means if I hadn't, I would have faced a chasm, which is just a monster, which worked out good for me probably. So I'm going to flip this over, and we're going to see what my results are. So it says that the trap, does 2 energy damage. So I lose 2 energy, so I go from 11 to 9. That was not a good... I wonder, what kind of trap it was that zapped my energy. It may have been something that maybe a bunch of rocks fell on me and I had to dig myself out. Let's see. But my treasure chest, oh no, it's empty. I didn't get anything for that. Curse you, statue room. That's all right. There'll be better statue rooms in the future. Okay, so as good as my first dungeon encounter was, that was not so good for me. That was not good. Okay, now we have the kitchen. Do I want to face this? I do get a campsite, which I think does give me energy, and or I could try to grab a food, but I'd have to face something first. Or do I keep moving on? Do I want to fight? What is this? It says gain 1 energy when you rest at a campsite. My max is 12. I'm at 9. Potion I can do for a quick one. Maybe we can get. Maybe let's fight something. Okay, I'm actually going to fight whatever it is. So I'm gonna resolve the kitchen, which means the old well. That would have been interesting. Okay, so now first thing is I'm going to face a watcher, and then I'm going to get to do a campsite. Okay, so let's find the watcher. La 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 la. I know, I'm a glorious singer. Okay, so the Watcher has 4 health plus 1 for the dungeon level, puts him at 5. Let's see if he's got any other special abilities. Ooh, he's kind of tough too, and he deals 1 extra damage, and I got to kill him quick. 1 damage, and he also absorbs 1 of my damage unless you punch. That's the one rule that breaks the game. You can spend no energy. You can just bap bap bap. And he's worth 2 favor, which is very good. It says lose 1 energy before combat begins when fighting a watcher. So just by him being in my presence right now, I don't have anything to immediately stop that. So I'm going to lose a stupid energy just because he showed up. Oh, what a jerk. Okay, so let's see what we can do with this guy here. Oops, sorry. All right, so the Watcher does a 4. How much energy do I want to spend? He's at 5 hit points. I hate spending. I'm so cheap with my energy because I'm always afraid I'm going to roll doubles and miss. But let's see. 4 would be a real good hit. That'd be 1 be 5. He'd soak 1 up. So that'd be very close. I'm actually going to go ahead and spend 2 energy, which will move me from 8 to 6 energy left. Ooh, goodness. Okay. Energy. Oh, gosh. And I'm going to attack. Oh, very good. Okay, so the difference between a 1 and a 5 is 4. And then I spent 2 energy, which is 4, which is 8 damage. He soaks up 1 with his shield, which is 7. He only has 5. So I defeat that dang Watcher here. Okay, so I get 2 favor. 1, 2 puts me at 3. No extra stuff down there. Because sometimes it'll say if you defeat, then you might get something. Okay, that actually worked out pretty good, except for the energy I had to spend and the energy I lost when I faced him. But now I get to go to the campsite because of the fire symbol. So the campsite says, okay, the campsite right here. All right, you may rest at the campsite, gaining 2 health and 1 energy. That sounds good. Or you may search for provisions, gaining 1 food. That is also good. That would bring me to 3 food. But what does it say? My crawling says once per dungeon level while in combat, I may flip a die to the reverse side. Oh, I got to remember that. So once per each thing, that could actually help me. What a great ability. I better pay attention here. What else do I have here? Anything else that gives me bonuses? I don't think so. Oh, right here, books. Gain 1 extra energy when you rest at the campsite. So I'm going to rest because it's going to give me 2 health and 1 energy, but the books is going to give me an extra 1, so I'm going to get 2 of each. So I restore 2 health. Well, my max health is only 12, right? So 8 and 11. No, so I didn't lose anything, but I'm doing this just to get energy. So I'm going to get 2 energy, because I need that to attack. Puts me back at 8, from 6 to 8. Okay, that worked out good. Yeah, nothing's hit me yet, so I've been pretty awesome with that. All right, that was not bad. Let's see what else this old first dungeon level has in store for me. All right, so now we're going to be facing, a stash. All it is treasure. Ooh, let's hope it's something good. You gotta open the box, right? What's in the box? Let's open the box. So I'm going to resolve this. So let's flip over. Oh, a lot of things were happening if I had not chosen to do that. So it says my treasure is a gill net. So I will go through the items. Oh no, that's in the loot. Sorry. So you go through the loot and you look for what it tells you. A gill net. So this will be added to my inventory. It says gill net. When resolving a location with a water icon, you may roll 3 times instead of 1. Each success gains you 1 food. That is wonderful. That makes those little water spots much more interesting. Oh, and advantageous. Oh man, that's a good card to get. I'm happy with that treasure. Although I'm no closer to gaining the 3 shards I need to win the game to cure the sickness these darn red cloths had done in the Black Mountains. All right. Must be some sort of color wars going on down here. Red versus black. All right. So now we have a sanctum. And make sure, okay, 4 cards. I just want to make sure, okay, that I haven't messed up. I'm notorious for myself. So I can either face a trap, but then I face a monster. Or, I mean, monsters only give me a favor. But, I don't know, I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now. Should I be bold or should I just go? You know what? I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight. So I'm going to do this. Oh, that would have been interesting, an encounter. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to flip the clearing over. And first thing is a trap. The trap says I take 0. That is great. And I face a skelipede. Ooh, what's a skelipede? Skelipede, you got the pretty little skelipede. Okay, so a skelipede has 3 health plus 1 for the dungeon level. So he's got 4 HP. And he does no additional damage, but he can block one of my damage. He's worth 1 favor. It's a skelipede. Oh, by the way, people, I forgot to mention this. So there's a little icon in the corner. It looks like a little skull. If that just means that this is an undead, and there's certain things in the game that can help you, give you advantages versus undead. Skelepies do not miss when they attack. They always re-roll doubles. Oh crap! So he's always going to at least hit me. Okay, so 4 hit points. I think I've been rolling so well. Plus, I haven't used my ability per dungeon level yet. I can always flip a die to the opposite side, which could save me. So I'm only going to spend 1 energy to move me down to 7. And I'm going to roll the dice. Let's take a swing at this skelipede. Oh, yeah, great roll. So I get, 2 plus 2 would be 4 to kill him, but he would survive because he has a shield of 1. He'd be at 1, and then I could just punch him without using the energy. Here's the thing. I can tell my deck's getting low, so trying to be wise about this. Do I go ahead and flip one of my dice over? Would that cause more? Because a 3 to the opposite side would be 4. No, that actually wouldn't help me. So I'm going to have to just do that. So I will do the 2 plus a 2 is 4. He blocks 1. He takes 3, so he'll go down to 1 hit point. Unfortunately, that means he's going to get an attack on me, and he always hits. So if I roll doubles for him, he will get to continue roll till he gets not doubles. What do I got? 11 hit points. I haven't been hit yet this game, so this is going to be the first damage. Please be low numbers. Okay, that's not bad. A 3 and a 5, which is difference of 2. He has no additional damage. So I take 2, drops me from 11 to 9. Okay, so that's not horrible. Now it's my turn on combat, and he's only got 1 hit point, so just never forget this. Without wasting any energy. Oh, but if you punch, yeah, I still get everything. There's certain spells that say, or certain items that say, if you use that weapon, then you don't get a bonus. But yeah, I'm just going to punch him. Schmack! But like if I had a weapon, which I don't, because I'm just using my alchemy, then I would not get the bonus off a weapon because I'm not using a weapon. I'm just punching. Okay, so I will kill this skelipede, which will give me 1 favor, which moves me to 4 from 3 to 4. And I think that's it. So basically, that was just worth a favor. So I took a hit in the face, and I had to spend energy, I think. So yeah, so that may not have been the wisest choice on that one. But it's good to get your favor up in case you run into some stuff in the future, and I'll show you what that is. Okay, so I have my last encounter. So, ooh, I can do an encounter in a treasure chest. You know I'm going to do that. So I'm giving up the waterfall. Ooh, the water symbol would have been good because I have the gill net. But that's okay. I chose this one, so I'm going to face what it says here. So the first thing is I'm going to face a doom skull, and my treasure's going to be a sword. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to face a doom. What is it? A doom skull? That's better than a numbskull. Okay. So the doom skull has 4. That's pretty decent. Plus 1 health makes him 5. Sorry. I know my hand's reaching. I apologize. Cursed right-hander. What can I say? Supposedly less creative. The doom skull always attacks first. That's uncool. But at least he doesn't have any additional damage, and he doesn't block any. He's worth 1 favor. So you got 5 hit points right now, and he always attacks first. So he's going to swing at me. I'm not getting, and there's nothing here. Well, this could be in case of emergency. I got a potion. Okay, so he's going to swing on me. Oh my goodness. For 5, the difference between 1 and 6. Oh my gosh, that hurt. So I'm at 9, so I'm down to 4. Oh man, that Doom Skull, what a jerk. La 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 la. You know what? I'm going to use my potion, which says I can gain 2 energy and 2 health. So I'm back up to 6. So now, because I don't want to face this guy again. He seems like he's out to get me. So he's got 5 health, a hit. He's got none. So all I need to do is really spend 2 energy and not roll doubles. So 8. So it brings me back to 7. Okay, here we go. 4 and 3. So that's 1 plus my 2 energy I spent, which is 4, which is 5. He can't block any of it, no shields. So that's 5 hit points. That kills him. Yes, take that, you Doom Skull. Okay, so I get a favor. I'm at 5 favor. I'm very favored. Okay. I'll go move that over here. Okay, so that completes level 1. So this is how cleanup works. So when you finish a level, you advance your character to the next level. So I'm going to move from level 1 to level 2, which is good. I survived, but now when I face monsters, they will have an additional 2 hit points instead of an additional 1 hit point. So things do get tougher as they go. Now the second thing that you do, so there's like 3 steps basically. You move deeper in the dungeon. If I was in the 5th level, I finished it, and it's basically like a dead end. I ran out of time. So luckily, we're doing all right. I have to spend a food now. So if I don't spend a food, I have to take 3 hit points in starvation. So that's terrible. But I had a food to spend. I still got 1 left over. I'm hoping I'm going to look for some water this round probably. I can tighten this up a little bit since I don't have any more. I had to use my potion. Okay, and then we reshuffle this deck and then go at it again. The one thing I've noticed, like a lot of people have different methods that they use. Sometimes I use I used to play Magic the Gathering, and, I might just like, I'm going to just roll them up and before I even shuffle them, just to make sure everything gets shuffled really good. So I'm going to kind of just put these together, and then I'm going to do a shuffle. Okay. I just want to make sure. Doesn't mean that I'll choose the same way, even if the same 2 cards happen to come up, but I won't know because my memory is not good. Okay. So what am I facing here? There is a statue again. The statue burned me last time, but one of the ways you can find a shard in this game, and that's my big concern, like I might be doing okay with my hit points and energy and stuff and my favor, but I've got no shards. I need these 3 shards over here to win the game, and I don't have any yet. They burned me last time. I'm gonna go. I really want to do a treasure. Oh, did I get my sword? Did I get a sword last time? Oh man, I think I got a sword. I forgot to get my treasure chest on the sword. What am I doing? I didn't resolve the other one. So you guys can stop yelling at me on the internet because I know I missed it. So what does the sword say? The sword says you no longer miss in combat when you roll doubles. When doubles are rolled, you now deal just 5 damage. So wow, that is a fantastic card. That's going to change the way I look at things. Last time I really got burned on this dude. But you know what? I'm going to check out this. This is probably a different statue, right? So I'm going to go, all right, that last one was a demon statue. This is going to be like an angel statue. So I am going to resolve it, which means I'm giving up the catacombs. We'll flip it over. And I fight. Oh, no, it's a trap. So my first symbol is a trap. So I lose 2 health. Rude. Puts me down from 6 to 4. I may be dead before this is over. And then my treasure is a potion, which I think, because I started with a trappings potion, but I think it does the same thing. So this potion, so I got a potion, and it does the same thing. I can discard this from play to gain 2 health and 2 energy. So I'm going to put this with my books. Just remember why I'm at a campsite. That's what the books do good for me for. Okay, because that could come in handy. All right, so I resolved both those icons, which I forgot to do with the sword. All right, If you hear some background noises, sound like my neighbor's mowing there. Chasm. Do I want to fight something? I'm feeling pretty cocky with this sword. I'm a little crawling, walking around, crawling alchemist. I'm like, look what I found. See, there is one monster supposedly, if you beat it, that you get a shard. But do I need the favor? I think I'm kind of low. I'm going to avoid this one. I'm kind of looking for a campsite or water, honestly, to be honest with you. So I'm going to skip the chasm, which means that's the resolve card. And then I'm going to fight something anyway. But it worked out a little bit better. So afterwards, after I fight something, I encounter the old well. I'm going to go fishing probably there. Okay, so the first thing I do is I fight a wraith. We've fought one of these before, I think, right? Was it a wraith or was it a watcher? Oh, no, wraith. Goodness, what does it say here? 5, I'm on dungeon level 2, so that gives him 7 health. Oh, ridiculous. It says you lose 1 favor every time the wraith successfully hits during combat. That is, and he's worth 2 favor. Nah, I gotta take this guy out fast. And he does an additional damage, so no. I gotta get this guy. So he's at 7 health. I hate to do this, but I'm going to spend 3 energy. Brings me from 7 to 4. Oh. And then, so that's going to give me plus 6 damage there. So the nice thing is I can't miss anymore because I have a sword. It must be magical. I'm going to say that it is. Oh, wow. What a great roll. Okay. 1 minus 5 is 4. Plus 6 is 10. He's got no blocking. It costs, boy, I used all my energy and just like, rah, and I got that wraith. Okay, so he's worth 2 favor. Puts me up at 7. I may be sorry later on that I spent all that energy, but I just did not want to goof around with him. He was an undead too, by the way. Not that that made a difference. And now the second, don't forget this time to actually resolve it this time, buddy. So let's see. Watermark, so that means, what was my gill net? So normally you would roll a d6, a 5 or a 6 is food, you catch a fish, but it says, I get to roll, it says resolving, when resolving location with a water icon, you may roll 3 times instead of 1. Great. So my first one, going fishing with a gill net, that's a food, puts me at 2. My gill net catch anything else? That's a food, I'm up to 3. Boy, just come on, Gillnet, baby. No. Okay, hey, but that was really good. I'm very happy with that because, like I said, at any time you can get rid of these 2, a food for an HP or an energy as you need. All right, so my next level is the clearing, question mark in a campsite. I'm going to face this. My fear is I'm doing so well that I'm not going to get any skulls, but because I'm getting the symbols that I want to stay alive, but that's the risk and reward in this game. I push your luck. Okay, so I am going to choose to resolve the clearing, so I'll move it, which means I gave up the kitchen, which also had a campsite. So I'm going to flip this over, and the question mark is the labyrinth. Oh, I remember, I think that was a bad one. Okay, so first thing is I found my way into the labyrinth. Let's see what this says. This is, you find yourself lost in a cavernous maze. Spend 1 food to escape. If you have 0 food, spend 2 energy to escape. If you have 0 food or energy, spend 3 health to escape. Wow. Luckily, I got some food, so I had to spend a lot of extra time in this labyrinth to get out. So I went from 3 to 2 food. So that was not what I wanted. But now I do get a campsite. And I got to remember what my books say here. So my books say something nice here. Okay. So campsite it says I can rest or search for provisions, which is 1 food. So it says you may rest at the campsite, gaining 2 health and 1 energy. It says gain 1 my books say gain 1 extra energy at the campsite. So I'm going to rest. So that'll give me 2 of each. So I'm going to get back up to 6 HP. By the way, that guy's dead. And I get 2 energy, puts me up to 6. And just because I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my potion now, and that's a loot potion, Because who knows? I could draw, if I draw the loot potion and it wasn't there, then, you know, I wouldn't be able to grab it, right? So that gives me 2. So boop, boop, I'm back up to 8 health. Boop, boop, I'm back up to 8 energy. I hope I did that right. I may not have. So you guys can correct me later. It's a lot of little micromanagement. You can get caught up. I always get caught up like in the story of my crawling, getting in there. So let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we resolved these 2, so they're gone. On dungeon level 2, ain't got to worry about that. The next thing I am facing is the sewers, which is a trap, a campsite, and a water. Boy, I can really something, but I need to find something. I feel like I'm good now. I've still got 2 food. I'm in combat ready mode if I have to face something. So I am not going to face this. I'm going to go to the quarters, which means I'll fight something, but a treasure. Yes. Okay. Oh no, my treasure's going to be a bum when I get to a gill net. I've already got it. Boo. Okay. See, that's where knowledge comes in the game. If I had remembered that, but I didn't know the card below it. So that's part of the rules. So that's smart. Okay. So, let's see. I have to fight a watcher. Yeah. Watchers were no fun either, right? Helps me if I'm doing the right thing here. Wraith, Watcher. Watcher has 4 health plus 1 for the dungeon level. I don't know, 2 for the dungeon. I'm on level 2, so that's 6 health. And you lose 1 oh, that's right. That's why this guy was a jerk. So before the combating begins, I lose an energy. So I go from 8 to 7. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, this guy's a jerk. I'm going to spend 2 energy. He can block 1 though. I need a good roll here. Okay, so I'm just being cheap with my energy, I guess. So I'm going to do plus 4 damage. All right. So I do 2 plus 4 is 6, but he's got a shield. He's got 6, so that means I'll do 5. He's going to be at 1. Oh man, now he's going to hit me. And he gets 1 additional damage. Come on, miss, baby. Doubles, 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 doubles. Nope, close though. So he does 1 plus his 1 on sword is 2. I take 2 damage. Puts me down to 6 health. And he only has 1 left. So you know what that means? Psh, 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 it's punching time. So I'm going to punch him in the face. Because even though that'd be cool, I have to use energy to use a weapon. Or any other attack. That's not a punch. Let's see. So yeah, so he's up, but I get 2 favor. Puts me up at 9. My favor is good, but I'm not favored as far as getting any shards. This is awful. So I had resolved the quarters, correct? Yep. Okay, because it would have been the gill net, but I already had the gill net. So let's see what we got here. Now we have a waterfall, which is a question mark and a water. I could really set myself up. Man, I got to find some stuff. I'm going to face a waterfall, hoping that the encounter brings me to something good. So I'm going to face the waterfall. Ooh, I'm glad because the Sanctum had a trap and a monster. So what do I got here? So the first thing is a question mark. I have to fight a Doom Skull. I was hoping it would be a cool location or something. Boo. I'm booing a lot today. Sorry, guys. Okay, Doom Skull. Okay, Doom Skull has 4 plus dungeon level at 2 health and puts him at 6. Yeah, sound effects are free, by the way. I don't charge for this. No extra damage, no extra defense. He's worth 1. The Doom Skull. Oh, that's right. He always attacks first. So that's why he's dangerous. What am I at? 6 hit points? Not anymore. I'm at 5 hit points. Because I rolled a 3 and a 2. Sorry if you didn't see that. I'll slide them over there. Okay, so I got to deal 6 to this guy because I'm on level 2, right? Yeah, and I'm about to be on level 3, and I've got no shards. This is not good. I'm turning my meeple person, my adventures on his head. Okay, let me think. I got 5 energy, 2 plus a roll. I can't write. I think I have to spend 2 energy here. I'm getting so low on energy. I'm just not finding what I need. I guess crawling alchemists aren't good at sniffing out crystals to help undo the sickness spell. All right. Okay. Oh, 4 and a 6, which is 2 plus, I spent 2 energy, which is 4, which is 6. That's exactly what he has with no defense. So I kill him. And as usual, my favor's doing fantastic. I'm at 10 out of a maximum 15. What can do? All right. So, all right. What about, ooh, a stash. Okay. Now here's some, like, now I can use previous knowledge. Now I know the only thing I could possibly be bummed on is if there's a sword, because I already have the sword, but we've already passed the gill net, so this could be something very good and useful. So I'm going to resolve the stash, giving up these icons, and what is my stash? It's a turnip. What does the turnip do? Turnip. I got to turn the card up. Okay, let's see. It says, when you encounter the pigman, you may discard this to gain a shard. Oh, that's great. Oh, it says, or I can just discard this to gain 3 energy. So it could be an emergency backup plan. I'm going to put this under my gill net. Right there. It may make my turnip smell a little fishy, but that's okay. All right, people. So that's the last one out of these guys. So that moves me to level 3 in the dungeon, which is 3. I have to eat a food, which I'm not doing bad on that. And now I reshuffle these. All right, we really got to find some stuff here. By the way, you probably can't tell, but my head's always turned away when I'm shuffling these cards because I don't want to give myself any information when I stop. So I'm at the Sanctum, and no. I'm kind of not doing that great. I only got 5 hit points. I got plenty of energy, but a trap could just automatically bust my energy. I'm going to skip the Sanctum to another trap and a question mark. So an event. Okay, so let's see. The trap is going to do what? 2 energy. I tried to avoid that, and that's exactly what happened. So I'm down to 1, 2. I'm at 1 energy. Oh my gosh. And then question mark. I fight a Doom Skull again, who always attacks first. And he's even tougher because I'm at level 3, so 4 plus 3 is 11. He does no additional damage. Oh, what a bad turn of events. Right when I walk down to the level 3 and I'm like, I got you, dungeon. It says, no. I have you. Oh my gosh, the Doom Skull hits me for 4. What am I at? 5? I'm at 1 hit point. My life meter, beep, 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 beep. Oh my goodness, this might be the first game I never at least got 1 shard. I've only played this a couple times in testing, and at least I've got a couple. Goodness, I only have 1 energy to spend. I have to. I'll spend 1 energy. I'm out of energy unless I eat a food. He's at 7. What's the odds of me actually getting a great roll? You know what? I'm going to eat my food to get an energy, and I'm going to spend it. So I spent 2 energy, but now I'm out of food. So that means, but I'm doing plus 6 damage. Oh, my word. Oh, no, excuse me. 2 energy is plus 4 damage. Okay. Good success. 2 and 4. I'm glad I did that. I think that worked out good because if not, he would have been at 1 hit point, right? So that's 4. Plus 4 is 8. He can't soak any of it up. He's at 7. That kills him. Hey, guess what, guys? I get another favor. I'm very favored when it comes to fighting, but I'm not so favored when it comes to shards, which is what I need. Okay. So anyway, what else? I resolved both of those. Okay. So that's gone. And the corridor, excuse me, you're supposed to keep these face down. So old timers like me, it keeps you from remembering things. Catacombs. I really can't face anything, so I got to hope the next card doesn't have a monster on it because I have no energy, so all I would be doing is punching. I really need a water symbol or something. I don't know. A campsite would be great. All right, so I have to skip this card because it's unlikely that I'd beat anything. Oh, what's this? It's upside down here. I guess I didn't do a good job here. Oh, a trap. Oh, no. So a trap, but a treasure chest. The trap does 2 health damage. That kills me. Oh, gosh, guys, I'm dead. So anyway, my crawling alchemist sent to save the land from the sickness from the red cloths and the black mountains. Didn't get it done today. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. I'm going to probably play another one of these games and post it again later, maybe even tomorrow. I think I might just have to play till I win. felt unlucky. But you know what? I made some bad decisions. What can I say? I hope I didn't make too many mistakes. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching as always, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Keep the dice rolling.